Greetings, my name is Melissa Burkhead and I plan to talk with you a little bit about the Geometry Sketchpad training. Uh, this is a screencast based because of ice that occurred on February the 23rd, 2015. What we'll try to do on this file is get you to load Sketchpad, and I'd like to introduce you to the toolbar and the menu bar. This hopefully will be about 15 minutes, and then there will be subsequent videos that walk you through constructing a square and working with some of the math features of the Geometry Sketchpad. So to download Sketchpad, the first thing that you would want to do is go to www.keycurriculum.com. When you do that, you will see a web page appear, and that's happening. This is taking you to the Geometry Sketchpad, a dynamic geometry program. You'll go to download free preview, and in your download free preview, you're going to download this free version, and then once you download that free version, you're going to essentially choose the proper platform that you want to have. When you go through the whole process, you will be asked to input a license name and passcode, and that will be provided to you via an email that has access to this PDF, and this PDF essentially will be the materials for our training, and hopefully this will provide some nice structure. So once you have Sketchpad installed on your computer, you'll want to open it, and when you open the Geometry Sketchpad, you want to maximize Sketchpad, and you want to have your toolbar situated here. I'll walk you through some of the basic features of Sketchpad. But first, what I'd like you to do is just stop this recording and just build some things, try different things on Sketchpad for the next 5 minutes. Once you've done that, you should probably have a lot of circles on your screen. You might even have some lines. You might even have a polygon. You might have lots of different things. But you also might have explored some of the menus. You might have been able to grab hold of a line segment and measure the length of that line segment, or even measure the slopes of that line segment, and you might have even had a coordinate system come up. Well, all of that's pretty beautiful, but it can be a little bit confusing and intimidating when trying to learn the basic structure of Sketchpad. So let's first start all on a different page. Literally, go to File, Document Options, Add Page, Blank Page. Notice in your lower left-hand corner, you now, whoopsie, I went a little wild. Notice in your lower left-hand corner, you can access your first page, but then you could progress to your second page. Now, that second page is a blank plane, P-L-A-N-E, and you are responsible for building mathematics from that plane. In the toolbar realm, this is the selection arrow. If you hold down on the selection arrow, you notice there's a rotate tool and a dilate tool. That will be discussed later. This is the point tool. Here, if this tool is accessed, it's going to make a point. If I select this tool, it's known as the compass tool. As soon as I create a circle, 2 points come up: the center of the circle and the radius defining point of the circle. Notice that if I have my circle tool accessed and I take my cursor over an established point, do you see how it lights up? because the computer's like, you want me to put a center there? And then I could go to that point. Notice how it lights up because it's merging those 2 points together. This is a nice feature in construction. This is known as your line segment tool. Notice you can create line segments. You can create rays that are truly rays. You can create lines. Now, some teachers, students are thinking, I want little arrows. I don't want to signify that they go on forever, even though they do on this plane. You could create a tool that does that. As well, just in file page setup, in file print preview. Notice that if we fit this to page or we looked at the actual size, the print version does provide arrows. I'm going to Control Z or Command Z to undo what I've done. Control R redoes what I've done. The only reason I'm Controlling Z out would be to just clean up my plane. I'm going to left hold down and I'm going to choose the middle option for the polygon tool. Notice that a polygon will be created. The polygon is established by clicking vertices and you end your polygon where you started it. So here I've created 2 pentagons. Notice if I chose this option, I would have a polygon in which the sides have not been created. And if I had chosen this option, I have a polygon in which the interior had not been constructed. Well, I think that I will want the sides as many times as if it's available. So why don't I select these sides, and now I can do geometric things to those sides. I can go to construct point midpoints, and there I've created the midpoints of those sides. Notice that if I go to my construct menu and I don't have anything selected, I don't have any geometric options. If I select a point and I go to construct, I still don't have geometric options. And that's mainly because there are infinitely many lines through a point. There's nothing I can do with just a point. But when I put 2 points, if I select 2 points and I go to construct, notice I could make the segment, a ray, a line. I could do that over here. As well, I could make a circle by center and point. Most of the time, you'll have the segment tool accessed and progress from there. If you ever want to change the color of an interior, get into the habit of going to that selection arrow, clicking on that, and then select the interior, go to display, and go to color. And lo and behold, you can change your color. This is the label tool. It labels polygons, it labels vertices. As well, I can left double click and type a message. This is the information tool. If I click on geometric objects, I find out details about these geometric objects. Notice that when I put this point's at midpoint, but when I ask about this point, it states it's an independent object. As I drag it around, notice I've quickly gone to my selection arrow. As I drag that point around, it has freedom, and that's because it's an independent point. If I select this point, it doesn't have as much freedom because it's limited to be a midpoint. This tool, when you hold down on your version, you don't have these options because I've set up some tools. But this would allow me to create tools on Sketchpad. And we'll talk about that down the road. So this is the toolbar. I'd like to talk about the menu bar next on the next video.